Good day, my lovely students. Welcome back. I hope you had a fun vacation and now you're ready to learn. Today we have the first video of our story, The Railway Children, and today we're going to introduce the story to you. I hope you are ready to learn as we said before, and let's start. So the story's introduction includes three things: the cover, the title, and the author. As you may remember from last year, the author of the story is the person who wrote it. So, before we start with the cover, I need you to have your story book and booklet in front of you in order to be able to answer the questions with me. Let's read the first question together. What can you see? On the cover of the story, on this picture, what can you see? For me, I can see trees, train tracks, a train, and some people holding red flags. Can you see anything else? Probably not. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What do you think they were doing? Here, they're holding red flags, and they're standing in front of a train with two adults. What do you think these people or these children were doing? They were probably stopping the train. Can you guess why they were stopping the train? I need to hear your guesses when we meet, so you can discuss this with your teacher. And now let's just move on and we'll see what happens to the train later. The next question says, who are the main characters according to the title? The Railway Children. So the main characters are, of course, the three children. There are two girls and a boy. Where were they? From the side of the trees and the train, where do you think they were? Here? They were probably in the countryside. They weren't in a city. So in the city, you can't see train tracks and soil that way and trees. You only see buildings in a city. So here, they were in the countryside. The next question says, what are they wearing? More modern or old-fashioned clothes? From these dresses they're wearing and the trousers the boy is wearing, do you think these are modern clothes or old-fashioned clothes? It's definitely old-fashioned. Nowadays you can't see people dressed in hats and dresses this way. They would definitely look weird, right? And the last question we have regarding the cover, why do you think they were holding red flags? And what does the red color represent? So, if you know, in traffic lights and in warning signs, red represents danger. So, whenever you see red color, you remember that there is danger and a warning. Someone is warning you of something. So holding a red-colored flag in front of a train means that you're trying to stop the train from something dangerous. Guess the problem with the train and discuss it with your teacher, and let's move on. The title. The first question in the title says, what's a railway and what do you think the phrase railway children means? The railway is the tracks upon which the train moves. So whenever we hear the word railway, a train should jump to mind and we should know that the railway is the tracks upon which that train moves. And it also means anyone or anything related to working with trains. So when I say a railway station, it means the place where trains stop. A railway passenger is a person who rides the train. A railway track is a line which the train walks on. A railway driver is a person who drives a train. So normally, when I say railway children, I would mean that the children are working in the railway. But do you think this is true? How do you think the children are related to the railway, and are they really railway children? Here, saying railway children about our story maybe means that they work in a railway. or maybe that they live near a train station. We will know about that soon enough, and try to guess again and tell your teacher. The last question says, how many children can you see on the cover, and who looks the eldest, the middle child, and the youngest? From the cover, we said that we saw 3 children, 2 girls and a boy. So who looks the eldest? The girl in white and blue is the eldest. Her name is Roberta. The middle child is the boy called Peter, and the youngest of them is the girl in pink, and her name is Phyllis. Give yourself a clap and let's move on to the author. What's the name of the author? Nice work, I'm sure you got it from the cover. She is Edith Nesbit. Edith Nesbit, here in the picture we have her, is a very old person. She doesn't live nowadays, right? And so we move on to the next question. What is the setting, time, and place of the story? We said before, from their dresses and their old-fashioned clothes and from Edith's picture, we can conclude that the story wasn't written in the modern times. It's an old story, it happened in an old time, and it was written in 1905. The place of the story, can you remember? We said it 2 slides back. Was it written in a city, or did it happen in a city, or did it happen in the countryside? Nice work, it happened in the countryside. So now that we know the setting of the story, we need to pause the video, read the booklet page 2 carefully, and then read the questions. Try to answer them on your own and check the answers with me in the next slide. So let's read the questions together. When and where was the author born? Compare between the author's life and the children's. How do you think her childhood affected the story? The Railway Children. A long time ago, people thought that only men could be good writers. How did that affect Edith? And later on, did that change? How did the story become famous and popular among children's stories? I know for a fact that you have answered all these questions correctly because you are amazing. And let's see the answers together. Check your answers with me. We need to know about the author that she was born in London in 1858. The children's life in the story resembles or is similar to Edith's childhood, where she lived near railway tracks and used to explore the gardens and forests with her siblings. And as a result, her writing was affected by her memories, and many of the incidents of the story resemble some of her childhood memories. Back when people believed that women couldn't be good writers, she used her initials E. Nesbit instead of her full name. An initial is the first letter of your name, so she used her initials instead of her full name. And later on, she became more confident and used her full name. Her story was translated to many languages, and that's why it became very popular among children worldwide. Now we move on to more information about Edith, and we know that she started writing poems when she was 14. She got married at the age of 18. The couple was poor, so she started writing stories to earn her living. And here I have an Easter egg for you, something hidden. I need you to guess its answer. Someone started writing stories in order to earn money. Who do you think she was or he was? Okay, I need you to guess that, discuss with your teacher, and we'll later on know together. The last piece of information we have is that she published the story The Railway Children in 1905. That will be the end of our story introduction. Thank you for listening and goodbye.